Does this dull, muddy painting look familiar? You're trying for vibrant, but you keep getting this. The biggest reason may not be your skill, but cheap fillers like clay hidden inside your student-grade paints. But even with professional paints, you might be physically grinding your vibrant pigments into dull dust on the paper. This grinding often happens when we panic during the painting's natural and temporary ugly phase. We will now expose the 4 causes of mud: technique, color theory, tools, and mindset, and show you how to fix each one. The most common mud-making mistake is a simple lack of patience. Your layers must be completely dry. There is a danger zone between wet and dry, the damp stage. The paper has lost its shine but is still cool to the touch. At this stage, your brush doesn't glide, it digs. It lifts and churns the pigment from the layer below into a dull mess. A simple rule: the paper must be either gleaming wet for wet on wet or bone dry for layering. There is no in-between for clean color. So, you've mastered your timing and the paper is dry. Why are your color mixes still turning to mud on the palette? There is a fundamental law of watercolor, the rule of 3. Mixing more than 3 pigments is a guaranteed recipe for mud. You can also make mud with just 2 colors by mixing complements, red and green or blue and orange. They neutralize each other. Okay, you avoid complements. You mix a blue and a red expecting a vibrant purple, but you get a dull brownish mauve instead. Why? The problem is that your red and blue are not pure. Each one leans towards another color. This hidden color bias is the culprit. Another hidden issue is pigment type. Watercolors need transparency. Opaque pigments like yellow ochre block light. Even convenient premixed colors can be a trap. A sap green might already be 2 pigments. Add another, and you break the rule of 3. We've covered technique and theory. Now let's look at how your own tools might be sabotaging you without you even realizing it. First, your water. It might look clean, but it's tinted. Adding this to a bright yellow instantly dulls it. Use 2 jars. Next, your brush. You think it's clean, but a wipe shows leftover pigment. Dip that into yellow and you contaminate your pure color. Finally, your palette. When colors bleed into each other, you grab a mix of pigments. Keep your wells clean and separate. The way to prevent all these mixing surprises is simple. Swatch your colors. Test every mix on scrap paper before you use it. Now you're working clean and swatching first. It's time to solve the mystery of that muddy purple from before. Let's decode color bias. There isn't just one red, blue, or yellow. Each primary has a warm version, leaning yellow/red, and a cool version, leaning blue. To get a clean purple, mix 2 primaries that lean towards each other. A warm red and warm blue make a clean purple. But a warm red contains yellow, and a cool blue leans green, secretly introduces all 3 primaries. The result is mud. Unlike acrylics, watercolor is unforgiving. You cannot just paint over a mistake. Trying to fix it often makes it worse. If you can't fix mistakes, how do you avoid them? It begins with understanding the single biggest psychological trap in watercolor. Every painting has a middle stage where it looks disjointed and ugly. Panicking and trying to fix this leads to overworking. Remember the fillers in cheap paints? They make the paint less transparent and more likely to lift when you apply a new layer. We know mixing more than 3 pigments creates mud. The solution is a mindset of limitation. Start with just 6 core colors. You see how it's all connected? Your mindset affects your technique, which depends on your materials and your grasp of color theory. Let's recap the path to clean color. 1. Let your layers dry completely. 2. Obey the rule of 3. 3. Keep your tools clean. 4. Trust the process and push through the ugly phase. Muddy watercolors are not a sign of failure. They are a sign of a fixable habit. Your assignment is this. For your next painting, use only 6 colors, 2 water jars, and swatch every single mix first. You now have the knowledge to control your colors. Stop letting mud happen to you and start painting with clarity and confidence.